Okay, so today we're looking at the question on contribution margin per unit, which is part of managerial accounting syllabus for WGU and other universities. So I'll read the question first. Division sold 200,000 calculators during the year. The data for the division is below. How much is the unit contribution margin? So they're trying to ask how much is the unit contribution margin. So they're given the sales number 2 million, direct materials 20,000, indirect materials 150,000, manager's salary 200,000, factory depreciation 150,000, direct labor 110,000, sales commission 60,000, factory rent 350,000, factory insurance 300,000, and net income of 300,000. So, and they want you to find out what is the unit contribution margin. So when we are calculating the unit contribution margin, we should know of a form. We should be aware of a formula here, which is like what's the formula for the contribution margin per unit, and or in the first place, what exactly is contribution margin. So just to give you a brief of what exactly is contribution margin, contribution margin is essentially just write the formula first. Contribution margin is equal to sales minus variable cost, and when they want you to find out unit contribution margin, which is basically adding a unit here, you need to divide sales minus variable cost by the number of units. So when we are calculating the unit contribution margin, the formula is sales minus variable cost divided by the contribution divided by the number of units. So essentially, contribution means that how much does each quantity, how much does each quantity of the product, how much does each quantity of the product is essentially helping towards recovery of the fixed cost. Okay, so basically when we are selling the products, when we make each additional unit in sales, how much does that each additional unit contribute towards the recovery of the fixed cost? Because one thing which you should understand before I move ahead is that whatever is essentially the sales, the variable cost is kind of a variable thing related to sales. So for example, if you are making 1 unit of sales, you will be incurring a sales commission which you have to kind of pay to the sales manager or the sales agents. So, and also there are other variable cost like direct materials, indirect materials, something which basically changes in alignment or has a direct correlation to the number of units sold. So since the question or since the formula says that we need to find out what is the variable cost, let's find out from this list of variable cost which is given here, all this variable cost which is given here, all these costs which are given here, what is the actual variable cost. Okay, so sales is the top line, that's basically the income. Now we're talking about the cost. So in terms of the cost, direct material is a variable cost, indirect material is also variable cost. Manager's salary is not a variable cost, it's the fixed cost. Okay, why? Because we need to pay the manager his salary irrespective of the fact whether we sell 1 unit or 2 units or 1,000 units. Factory depreciation is also a fixed cost because the depreciation on the plant and machinery will be incurred. It's irrespective of the fact how many units of goods that we can sell. Direct labor is a variable cost because it depends upon how many units we are producing. Sales commission is a variable cost. Factory rent again is a fixed cost. It will be incurred irrespective of what we sell or not. So we have figured out of this list of cost given here that direct material a, is a variable cost. Indirect material is a variable cost. Direct labor is a variable cost. Sales commission is a variable cost. Right. So what we need to do is to plug this in the formula. We need to add all of this. So we need to add 380,000 plus 150,000 plus 110,000 plus the sales commission. So if I quickly add that 380,000 plus 150,000 plus 110,000 plus 60,000, that comes to 700,000. So I get my variable cost here, which is 700,000. And sales is directly given to you in the question, which is 2 million. And the numerator of the formula asks you to find out what is the number of units. So it's also given here that 200,000 units have been sold. So 200,000 calculators, that's the units. So the unit contribution margin, if I plug those numbers in the formula, would be like this. So 200,000, 2 million minus 700,000 divided by 200,000. So 2 million minus 700,000 divided by 200,000. That gives me 6.5. So 6.5 is the answer. 6.5 is the answer that you're looking for, and that's the correct option. So today we have understood how do you calculate the contribution margin per unit, and to kind of give you the solution here, I have created the solution here in a presentable format which you can refer. Thank you.